Over 80% of car buyers say brand reputation drives their decision. But what if the brand you trust is actually one of the worst? We ranked all major car brands from worst to best, using real data from Consumer Reports, J.D. Power, and thousands of drivers. From reliability to resale value, the surprises are real. One top-selling brand even landed dead last. Watch this list in order, or you might fall for a name that's quietly failing drivers. Let's get started. Taking the bottom spot at number 25, we have Fiat. Even though it was the best-selling brand of Stellantis in 2024, with 1.2 million cars sold worldwide, it still ranks as the worst car brand to buy in the US because of poor reliability. Fiat's cars often need repairs early. Many owners complain about engine problems, electrical issues, and costly fixes. The brand also scored low in safety and comfort. While small and stylish, these cars fall short when it comes to long-term quality. In the US, resale value is also weak. That means you lose money fast. But Fiat isn't the only one with major problems. Following closely, at number 24, it's Jeep. This brand is known for off-road fun, but it struggles big time with quality. Consumer Reports has ranked Jeep at the very bottom for years. Out of 32 car brands, Jeep came in dead last with a score of 46. That's bad. It also scored the worst in road tests, reliability, and owner satisfaction. The biggest troublemakers are the Wrangler and the now discontinued Renegade. Drivers report loud cabins, rough rides, and constant repairs. Even the popular models can't escape poor build quality. Sure, Jeeps look tough, but looks don't last when your check engine light keeps flashing, and it doesn't get much better from there. Coming in at 23 is Dodge. It may be known for muscle cars like the Charger and Challenger, but strong engines can't hide weak reliability. Dodge has had serious trouble with quality control. Consumer Reports and J.D. Power both show low scores in dependability. Common problems include faulty electronics, engine issues, and poor brakes. Dodge also ranks low in owner satisfaction. The ride can be rough, and gas mileage is poor. Even though some models look cool, they don't hold up over time. That's why Dodge lands near the bottom of our list. Fast doesn't always mean good. From American muscle to European luxury, the story doesn't get much better. In the 22nd spot, we have Land Rover. In the 2024 Consumer Reports rankings, Land Rover placed 30th out of 32 brands. That's near the bottom. It also scored just 45 out of 100 in overall reliability. J.D. Power's 2024's Vehicle Dependability Study ranked it below average, with 268 problems per 100 vehicles, much higher than the industry average of 190. Owners report issues with the engine, touchscreen, and electrical systems. The Range Rover and Discovery are the worst offenders. The brand may look tough and classy, but Land Rover struggles to stay on the road. And if you've been keeping track, this next one makes 4 Stellantis brands near the bottom. Number 21 goes to Maserati. The bottom 3 are all Stellantis brands: Fiat, Dodge, and Jeep. And now, Maserati. Is there a problem here? Owners report constant issues with the engine, brakes, and electronics. The Ghibli and Levante are some of the worst models. Repairs are costly, ranging from $1,600 to over $5,000. So while Maseratis look fast and fancy, they break down more often than you'd expect. It's luxury without the peace of mind. And speaking of fancy names with frustrating problems, next, at number 20, is Jaguar. Jaguar has had a rough history. Early models had many problems. Today, owners still face issues with electronic systems and engines. In 2024, Jaguar said it would stop selling almost all of its US models. That includes the XE, XF, F-Type, I-Pace, and E-Pace. Only the F-Pace is left. For now. RepairPal shows the Jaguar with an average repair cost of $1,123. That's way above the average of $652. It's not just pricey, it's also unreliable. So even though Jaguar looks sharp and sporty, it can cost you a lot, and not just at the dealership. From British luxury to a struggling Japanese giant, at 19, it's Nissan. This brand doesn't just rank low in dependability, it's also on the brink of extinction in some markets. And yes, that's real. Go check out the video linked above to get the full story. But here's the big question. Why is Nissan doing so poorly, even though it's from Japan, a country known for building reliable cars, cost-cutting, and poor quality control? Many models, like the Altima and Rogue, face issues with CVT transmissions, engine problems, and early wear. In Consumer Reports' owner satisfaction, Nissan sits near the bottom with only 2 out of 5 saying they would buy it again. And sticking with big names from Asia, number 18 is Kia. This brand has made big moves in style and tech, but it's been hit hard by engine failures. From 2011 to 2021, Kia had over 3 million vehicles recalled by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration due to engine fire risks. That includes popular models like the Optima, Sorento, and Sportage. According to Consumer Reports, Kia has a reliability rating of 4.0 out of 5, but the engine recalls drag that down fast. Despite offering tech and style, Kia's long-term issues, especially with engines, keep it from climbing higher on the list. And speaking of brands trying to sell style over substance, coming in at 17, we've got Infiniti. Nissan's luxury brand sounds fancy, but the numbers don't lie. And just like its parent company, J.D. Power gives it low reliability, way below Lexus and Acura. Owners report transmission issues by 60,000 miles. And Consumer Reports ranks it near the bottom for predicted reliability. Even worse, the resale value drops 45% in just 3 years. The Q50 and Q60 sedans have power, but electronics glitches and expensive repairs drag them down. Want luxury that lasts? Look higher on this list. But Infiniti? It's more like Infinity problems, from underwhelming luxury to inconsistent American muscle. At number 16 is Chevrolet. Trucks like the Silverado and SUVs like the Tahoe are everywhere. But here's the thing. It's not way down at the bottom, but it's not near the top either. Why? Because Chevy's a mixed bag. Some models are solid, others, big regrets. The Chevy Bolt EV is surprisingly reliable, with great owner satisfaction scores. And the Silverado 1500 has a strong resale value, if you avoid the 8-speed transmission issues. But the Chevy Trax and Equinox, bottom-tier reliability, with engine and electrical problems popping up way too soon. And don't get us started on the Chevy Cruze, one of the worst compact cars of the last decade, with turbo failures and constant check engine lights. So yeah, Chevy's got its hits and its massive misses, and from gas-powered classics to high-voltage hype. Number 15 is Tesla. Yeah, the electric pioneer that's either loved or hated. On one hand, their tech is insane, instant acceleration and over-the-air updates. But reliability is where things get messy. Consumer Reports ranked Tesla 18th out of 32 brands for reliability in 2024. That's average. Owners report panel gaps, squeaky trim, and touchscreen bugs. Stuff you wouldn't expect in a car that costs $60,000 or more. The Model 3 and Model Y have gotten better, but early versions are full of issues. Most recently, Tesla recalled 46,000 Cybertrucks due to an accelerator pedal that could stick. 46,000! So, if you want cool tech and can live with quirks, Tesla's your brand. Otherwise, keep watching. Next up, at 14, is Volkswagen. the brand that gave us the iconic Beetle and the peppy GTI. But here's the thing. VW is like that friend who's really fun at parties, but you wouldn't trust them with your wallet. On the plus side, VWs drive great, tight handling, solid interiors, and turbocharged engines that love to play. The Golf GTI? Still one of the best hot hatches ever, but reliability, not so much. Consumer Reports ranks VW 26th out of 32 brands, with issues like electrical gremlins, DSG transmission hiccups, and timing chain tensioners that love to fail right after warranty. And don't forget, Dieselgate. Yeah, that $30 billion scandal didn't exactly help their reputation. So if you want a fun, Euro-flavored ride and don't mind a few check engine surprises, go for it. But if you're looking for Toyota-level peace of mind, keep scrolling up this list, because from here on out, we're leaving the worst behind and entering the territory of brands that actually get it right. Sitting in the middle of the pack at number 13 is Ford. Now, while Tesla might claim the title of most American-made, let's be real. Ford is American car culture. The F-150? It's been the best-selling vehicle in the US for over 40 years. But high sales don't always mean high quality. Take the 10-speed automatic and newer F-150s, known for harsh shifts and hesitation, or the 2011 to 2014 Mustang V6, where a bad water pump design could kill the engine. And don't forget the Focus and Fiesta with those power shift dual clutch transmissions. Jerky shifting, sudden failure, lawsuits, you name it. On the flip side, Ford's trucks and SUVs still shine. The Bronco brings serious off-road cred. The Maverick Hybrid gets over 40 miles per gallon in the city, and the Ranger holds its own. So yeah, Ford has its wins, but also big flops. Right now, it's sitting right in the middle. Not terrible, but not top tier either. At number 12, we've got Mazda. Now we're climbing into the better brands lane. Just like always, you'll never miss a Mazda in a most reliable cars list. Consumer Reports ranked Mazda 14th in reliability for 2024. That's above average. The CX-5, Mazda 3, and CX-50 are praised for their sharp handling, clean interiors, and dependable performance. Mazda doesn't chase flashy tech. Instead, they focus on good engineering. Their Skyactiv engines are simple, fuel-efficient, and low maintenance. RepairPal gives them a 4 out of 5 for reliability, and the average annual repair cost is just $462, way below the $652 average. So why not higher? Some newer models have had issues with infotainment glitches and minor trim complaints. Still, Mazda gives you peace of mind without the luxury price tag. But if peace of mind comes wrapped in luxury badging, you might be tempted by our next brand. At 11, it's Mercedes-Benz. The three-pointed star, the brand that screams, "I've made it." But here's the cold truth. Owning a Mercedes is like dating a supermodel. Gorgeous to show off, expensive to keep happy, and high maintenance as hell. That S-Class cabin feels like a private jet. The AMG engines are pure adrenaline, but reliability is questionable. Air suspension failures, $3,000+, electrical gremlins, and turbo leaks turn these luxury beasts into money pits. And the cheaper models like the CLA rides rough, cramped inside, and feels way too plasticky for the price. If you're leasing new and dumping it before the warranty expires, fantastic. But if you're buying used, pray you've got a good mechanic and a better credit line. But what if you want luxury and reliability without maxing out your credit card? Breaking into the top 10, we have Acura. Honda's luxury division is like that kid in class who's technically an honor student, but just barely. They're good, but you keep wondering why they're not great. On paper, Acura nails the basics. Reliable engines, thanks to Honda, smooth transmissions, and lower maintenance costs than most luxury brands. The RDX and MDX are dependable family haulers with peppy turbo engines. But here's the problem. Where's the luxury? The interiors feel a generation behind BMW and Lexus. The tech lags. And let's be real, that touchpad infotainment is like using a DVD menu from 2009. Acura's also got an identity crisis. The NSX supercar was cool, but outsold by the Toyota Corolla. And the TLX Type S has a great engine, but it's stuck fighting used BMWs for attention. But what if you don't care about badges at all? Number 9 is Hyundai. Once seen as cheap and disposable, Hyundai now builds some of the most well-rounded cars on the road. In 2024, Hyundai ranked 8th out of 32 in Consumer Reports' reliability list, and 5th in maintenance and repair cost. That's respectable. The Elantra, Sonata, and Tucson are all praised for value, warranty coverage, and fuel efficiency. Hyundai's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty is still one of the best. But they've had hiccups too. Some engines from past models were part of major recalls due to fire risks and stalling issues. Still, with improved quality and strong safety scores, Hyundai earns its top 10 spot. At number 8, we have Audi. Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive is legendary for a reason. Snow, rain, gravel, doesn't matter. You're glued to the road. The interiors are impeccable. Soft leather, perfect stitching, tech that actually works, unlike certain rivals. And the RS models are pure performance magic. But it has its bad side too. Electrical gremlins. Audi's obsession with tech means more things to break. Random sensor failures, infotainment freezes. Avoid early 2010 models like the Plague. Timing chain tensioners love to fail, and fixing them is a $5,000 engine out party. But here's the kicker. Audi's actually more reliable than BMWs or Mercedes lately. Shocking, right? So if you want Euro luxury without total financial ruin, Audi's your sweet spot. Just lease it. You don't want to own one past 80,000 miles. And speaking of German engineering, next up at number 7 is the one, the only BMW. BMW was America's best-selling luxury brand for years, until Tesla swooped in with their touchscreen spaceships in 2022. But even now, BMW's still crushing it. Consumer Reports ranks them the number 2 brand overall, with a killer road test score of 89, higher than anyone else. The M3, M5, and X5 are absolute weapons. But, and you knew there was a but, BMWs have a dark side. That same genius engineering is expensive when it breaks. Cooling system failures, leaky gaskets, rod bearings that tap dance their way to disaster. And don't get us started on iDrive updates that brick your infotainment. And if you see a used 7 Series for cheap, run. That's not a deal. It's a financial cry for help. Looking for thrills without the repair roulette? At number 6, it's Porsche, the brand that proves Germans can make cars that are both thrilling and reliable. Porsche builds some of the greatest driver's cars ever. The 911 is a masterpiece. The Taycan is an electric revolution. Even the Macan SUV handles like a sports car. And here's the kicker. Consumer Reports ranks Porsche top 3 for reliability, beating every other luxury brand. That's right, a performance brand that doesn't bankrupt you in repairs. But, because there's always a but, Porsche's perfection comes at a cost. And we're not just talking price tags. Ever seen the options list? Want paint that isn't white? That'll be $5,000. Fancy a leather key fob? $600. And if you think maintenance is cheap just because it's reliable, oh, sweet summer child. A basic oil change runs $400 plus at the dealer. So, if you can afford it, Porsche is as close to automotive perfection as it gets. Maybe skip the gold-plated cup holders. Now here's a curveball. Cracking the top 5 is Buick. The brand your grandpa loved is now quietly outranking Mercedes, Audi, and BMW in reliability. Let that sink in. Buick's comeback is weirdly impressive. The Enclave and Encore GX are scoring higher in reliability than most luxury SUVs. J.D. Power ranks Buick number 3 in dependability. And here's the kicker. They're actually comfortable. Plush seats, quiet cabins, and smooth rides. No sporty pretenses, just stress-free driving. But Buick's got a big problem. Nobody cares. Their average buyer is 67 years old. The logo still screams early bird special, and let's be real, would you ever brag about owning one? Even the Wildcat EV concept looks cool, but it's still a Buick. So here's the deal. If you want a luxury-adjacent SUV that won't break and you don't need clout, Buick's a secret weapon. Speaking of underrated legends, at number 4, we've got Honda. The brand that proves boring doesn't mean bad. In fact, it usually means you'll still be driving this thing in 2045. Honda doesn't wow you with flashy tech or luxury materials. But you know what they do deliver? Engines that refuse to die. The Civic and Accord are legends for a reason. Smooth, efficient, and stupidly reliable. The CR-V is basically the Toyota RAV4's only real competition, and the Pilot is a minivan in disguise that won't embarrass you at the grocery store. Now, Honda's not perfect either. The 1.5-liter turbo in some Civics and CR-Vs has oil dilution issues. And their infotainment system feels like it was designed by someone who's never used a touchscreen. But here's the thing. Even when Honda stumbles, they fix it fast. That's why Consumer Reports and J.D. Power still rank them way above most brands. But if you want long-term luxury with zero drama, coming in strong at number 3, it's Lexus, Toyota's luxury arm and the king of quiet dependability. You want smooth rides? Got it? Whisper quiet cabins? Every time. And when it comes to reliability, Lexus is a beast. J.D. Power ranked it number 1 in vehicle dependability in 2023. Consumer Reports backs that up too. Lexus is a top-tier pick almost every year. The RX and ES models are known for lasting 200,000 plus miles with basic upkeep. Even the hybrids are rock solid. Average repair cost? Around $551 a year, according to RepairPal. That's better than most economy cars. What sets Lexus apart isn't just durability. It's how boringly perfect they are. No weird tech fails. No check engine light drama. Just smooth, quiet, low-stress driving. Sure, some say Lexus designs are too safe. But if your goal is peace of mind and comfort for the long haul, Lexus is nearly unbeatable. By the way, if you find this ranking useful, hit that like button and subscribe. Coming in second place, we have Subaru. Consumer Reports just crowned Subaru the number 1 overall car brand for 2024 with a killer score of 79, beating everyone, including Toyota. Yeah, that just happened. Subaru's secret, the symmetrical AWD, comes standard on almost everything. Rain, snow, or dirt roads, you're covered. The Outback and the Forester are so safe. They are basically a Volvo in a flannel shirt. But they are not perfect either. The CVT transmission drones like a Board B and the WRX's fuel economy? Let's just say, you'll be best friends with your gas station attendant. But Subaru's resale value is insane. Try finding a used Outback under $20,000. Good luck. If you want a car that'll survive any terrain with ease, Subaru's your ride. Just don't expect it to shut up about AWD. And finally, the undisputed champion, the gold standard, the number 1 car brand in the world, Toyota. Was there ever any doubt? Toyota doesn't just win reliability rankings, it rewrites the rulebook. The Corolla is the best-selling car in history. The Camry is so dependable, it's practically a public utility. The Tacoma and 4Runner? They'll outlive civilization itself. And don't even get us started on the Land Cruiser. This thing gets passed down through generations like a family heirloom. Here's the crazy part. Toyota's #1 in Consumer Reports reliability rankings again, with models like the Prius and RAV4 Hybrid scoring near-perfect marks. Even their worst car is still better than most brands' best. Now, are Toyotas exciting? Not unless you think never visiting a mechanic counts as a thrill. But when the apocalypse hits, you'll want two things: canned beans and a Toyota Hilux. Because while other cars die, Toyotas just get older. So there you have it. If you want a car that works day in, day out, no drama, Toyota is king. That's our full ranking. But if you think some brands barely made the cut, wait till you see the 13 car brands on the brink of extinction. Tap now to watch.